How to fix Assassin's Creed Unity showing running on Epic Games, but not launching. Welcome back to Teknobalta, your definitive source for deep-dive technical solutions. Today, we're tackling a persistent and frustrating issue plaguing many Assassin's Creed Unity players. The game showing running on Epic Games, but failing to launch. This common problem, often indicative of underlying compatibility conflicts or corrupted data, prevents players from diving into revolutionary Paris, trapping them in an endless launch cycle between Epic Games and Ubisoft Connect. Our comprehensive guide will navigate through 20 professional troubleshooting steps, ensuring you can diagnose and rectify the problem, transforming a silent failure into a seamless gaming experience. Assassin's Creed Unity, while a visually stunning title, can be particularly sensitive to system configurations and launcher interactions, especially when acquired through Epic Games and requiring Ubisoft Connect for execution. The symptom of Epic Games displaying running without a corresponding game window appearing suggests that the initial handshake between launchers may be incomplete, or a critical game process is silently failing in the background. We will systematically explore solutions ranging from basic integrity checks and cache purges to advanced system diagnostics, ensuring every potential conflict point is addressed for a successful launch. Verify game files, Epic Games. Crucial for detecting and repairing corrupted or missing game assets, which can prevent proper execution and lead to silent failures. This process ensures the game installation matches the integrity manifest, rectifying any inconsistencies from download or installation errors. Clear Ubisoft Connect cache. Deleting the contents of the %local app data %bic/Ubisoft game launcher directory purges potentially corrupted cached data, user profiles, and temporary files that can hinder the launcher's interaction with the game. A fresh cache rebuild upon restart can often resolve persistent launch issues. Launch directly from Ubisoft Connect. After installation via Epic Games, attempting to launch Assassin's Creed Unity directly from the Ubisoft Connect application can bypass potential communication glitches or incorrect command line arguments passed by the Epic Games launcher. This often resolves the running but not launching loop. Run launchers as administrator. Granting administrative privileges to both the Epic Games launcher and Ubisoft Connect ensures they have the necessary permissions to access system files, create processes, and interact with the game's executable without encountering access denial errors. This is a common fix for permission-related launch failures. Update graphics drivers. Outdated or corrupted display drivers are a frequent cause of game launch failures and performance issues, as they directly impact the game's ability to render graphics correctly. Always ensure your GPU drivers are updated to the latest stable version from NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel's official websites. Update Windows operating system. Keeping Windows updated addresses critical system vulnerabilities, improves compatibility, and installs essential runtime components that games like Assassin's Creed Unity rely on for proper functionality. Cumulative updates often include fixes for game-related performance or stability issues. Disable antivirus/firewall temporarily. Security software can sometimes misidentify game executables or launcher processes as threats, preventing them from running or interacting with necessary system resources. Temporarily disabling your antivirus or firewall can help diagnose if it's interfering with the game launch. Disable in-game overlays. Both Epic Games and Ubisoft Connect feature in-game overlays that provide social and store functionalities. However, these can sometimes conflict with specific games, leading to instability or preventing launches. Disabling these overlays in their respective launcher settings can often resolve such conflicts. Check background processes. Excessive background applications or services consuming system resources can starve the game of necessary CPU RAM, or GPU power, leading to launch failures or immediate crashes. Use Task Manager to identify and terminate non-essential processes before launching the game. Reinstall Ubisoft Connect. A clean reinstallation of Ubisoft Connect involves thoroughly uninstalling the application, deleting residual files, and then performing a fresh installation. This step addresses deep-seated corruption within the launcher's installation that simple cache clearing might not fix. Check DirectX and C Redistributables. Assassin's Creed Unity relies on specific versions of DirectX and Visual C++ redistributables for its runtime environment. Ensure these essential components are correctly installed and up to date, typically found in the game's installation directory or Microsoft's official support pages. Run game in compatibility mode. For older titles like Assassin's Creed Unity, running the game executable in compatibility mode for an earlier version of Windows, e.g., Windows 7 or 8, can sometimes resolve launch issues caused by stricter permissions or API changes in newer OS versions. Access this via the game's executable properties. Disable fullscreen optimizations. Windows 10/11 fullscreen optimizations can occasionally interfere with how games render in exclusive fullscreen mode, leading to launch issues or performance problems. Disabling this feature in the game, Executable's compatibility settings, can sometimes provide a more stable launch environment. Adjust virtual memory, paging file. Insufficient virtual memory can cause games to crash or fail to launch, especially with large open-world titles that consume significant RAM. Increasing your system's paging file size through Windows Advanced System Settings can provide more virtual memory for demanding applications. Verify date and time settings. Incorrect system date and time settings can interfere with online authentication protocols, license validation, and server communication for games linked to online services. Ensure your system's date, time, and time zone are correctly synchronized, ideally with Internet time. Monitor for game-specific error logs. Many games and launchers generate log files detailing errors encountered during launch or gameplay. Checking these logs, often found in the game's installation directory or %local app data %, can provide specific clues about the root cause of the launch failure. Check hard drive space. Insufficient disk space on the drive where the game is installed can prevent updates, save file creation, or even the initial game launch. Ensure you have ample free space, typically at least 15-20 GB beyond the game's minimum requirements, to accommodate temporary files and updates. Perform a clean boot. A clean boot starts Windows with a minimal set of drivers and startup programs, helping to identify if a background program or service is conflicting with Assassin's Creed Unity's launch. This diagnostic method systematically eliminates third-party interference, isolating the issue. Reinstall Assassin's Creed Unity. As a final resort, a complete reinstallation of the game, including deleting any leftover files after uninstallation, can resolve deep-seated corruption or fragmented game installations. Ensure you download the game again to get a fresh copy of all assets. Contact Ubisoft support. If all troubleshooting steps fail to resolve the issue, contacting Ubisoft support directly provides access to specialized assistance, potentially including game-specific patches, workarounds, or deeper diagnostics. Provide them with detailed information about your system and the issue, including any error logs. We hope this extensive guide has equipped you with the technical expertise to resolve the Assassin's Creed Unity launch issue. By systematically working through these solutions, you can identify and eliminate the root cause, allowing you to finally experience the game as intended. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more in-depth technical guides and solutions.